Holdacious, how's it going guys? So today I'll be showing you how you can hide loot outside in the wilderness in Rust. Now for those who don't know, small stashes were added in the recent update of Rust. These are a 6-slot item container which you can bury underground and will only come back up if you stare at that same spot for 2 seconds. This can be very useful for naked and geared people alike, as it only costs 30 cloth to make, and when you place it and put items inside of it, you can then hide it completely out of view. Now the problem with these stashes is that since they are completely hidden out of view, people are most likely going to be placing them around landmarks or areas that they will remember where they placed them. Well, if it's recognizable to you, it most likely is to everybody else. So instead of hiding these around rocks and bushes, hide them in plain sight. Hide them in an area that's only recognizable to you and not anybody else. So the first method I'm going to be showing you on how you can hide loot in the outdoors is go up to a landmark that's recognizable. But let's say we take 5 seconds of steps away from it. So 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. And there we have it. This is our spot where we can put one of our small stashes. And this is not a recognizable spot to anybody else. Not to anybody else, there is no special landmarks over this. But there is to you. Now whenever you want to find your small stash, come up to the area that's recognizable to you, line up with it, and then move 5 seconds. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. And then it's right here somewhere. There it is, right there. There she is. Now you don't have to place it that far away, maybe only 2 or 3 seconds of walking. Just don't place it along rocks or inside of bushes, because those are kind of more obvious landmarks to everybody else. I've seen a naked run along a rock searching for stashes and actually find 1 or 2. Now the second method I'm going to be showing you here today on how you can hide loot out in the wilderness is a better version of the first one, or in my opinion. Now, we are going to be placing one of the small stashes underwater. This is going to be very tricky for anyone else to find it because they cannot spend too long underwater or they will drown. So, we are going to dive down, find an area that's kind of recognizable. Let's say we know this rock, it's easy for us to find it. So we jump down and we see how these pebbles stop right here. There's a little bit of a line right here. Just make sure you go up for air every now and then. And now that we found our spot, we are going to dive down, place down a stash, let's say right here, put loot in it, and no one else will be able to find it. So now when we want to go to our stash, we just jump off our rock, swim down here, and it's right along this ridge, right around here. There she is. Now I just want to show you that you can survive down here without drowning. So you can throw all your loot inside of there, put that, hide it, and then now you can swim back up. So now we're going to dive down yet again just to prove that you will not drown while searching for your own stash. It's right along this ridge right here. I know it is. There she is. I can open it up, pull out my guns with ease, not having to worry about drowning. See, we're only at 98 health, and now we're dropping in health just 1 point by the time we're out of the water. Now, like I said, this is a very useful way of hiding your stash because people cannot spend very long down here looking for it. It's going to be very, very difficult, and there's hardly any landmarks around here for them to kind of search along. There's no obvious spots where stashes might be. The third method of hiding your loot out in the wilderness is hiding it inside of a tree. Now, you can do this with a lantern, which is actually the easiest to do since the lantern is so small. We can place that bad boy right there, turn it off, and then we'll have that slot to put stuff inside of. But we only have 1 of them. So if you find a tree with a thick enough roots, like this root right here, that's pretty thick. We can stuff a small stash under there without anybody knowing. And now we can open it up, and now we have 6 slots. And the best part about it is you don't even have to bury it. You can just have it open on the top. But if you really want to, for the extra security, you can. And there we go. So if someone runs around looking for like lanterns inside of the roots, nothing pops up unless you stare at it, and there she is. Those are some tips and tricks on how you can hide loot out in the wilderness. Now that can be really helpful for people just starting off on a server as they don't have a base yet, and having a 6-slot container that can be completely hidden out of view is very helpful. But even geared people can use this trick, because if they don't want raiders getting their C4, they can have a secret spot where they hide one of these bad boys. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Remember to have a fantastic day. I know that I will. And I'll see you guys all later. Pharaoh! Actually, I know where the orb is. If we follow this road over here, we can head on over to the Great Orb.
Let's do it.
Oh, it's another one of these. I fucking did!